Hello Leo and welcome to your reading. This is a reading for all those who have a Leo sun sign, Leo moon sign, Leo ascendant. We're taking a look at your current energy. See how this reading and these energies connect with the situation at hand, something you've been thinking about, something you're dealing with. See what connects. See if the guidance also connects with you and your whatever you're experiencing. So we'll start your reading, Leo, by taking a look at your past, which is the baseline for our reading. Let's see what you've been experiencing of late, which is the Ace of Cups. So emotional beginnings, new feelings, new emotions, certain kind of, a new sense of happiness, new connections, new relationships in the past, and now Eight of Cups. So when something new comes in, we need to bid goodbye to something old. To step onto a new path, we need to close a certain path, right? So I think it's overall you are experiencing it's an emotional time for you, emotional centric few days in the past and what you're experiencing for now, and the Emperor. And you would like to you want to now kind of, the Emperor card talks of taking control, organizing things, getting things together, charting out a plan, being authoritative, being in charge of things, right? So maybe you're feeling very happy. It could be a relationship, not necessarily for everybody, but whatever it is, there is definitely a new beginning and there has been an ending. You've moved away from something and you're moving towards something. You're feeling very happy about it. It's connecting with your emotions at a very this entire thing is connecting with you emotionally more than in any other way. So you're very happy that something is over. You're very happy that something is started, and whatever has started, you would want to kind of now start working towards getting it together. Let's take a detailed look into this Ace of Cups. Okay, so for some of you, it has been, meeting somebody, a romantic relationship, balance, which is the Justice card, and death. So that's exactly what this Eight of Cups is talking about. Something has changed, maybe something has ended, something could have, transformed completely, an old situation. Some of you could be meeting somebody new after having wrapped up a relationship. And for some of you, where there is somebody maybe from the past you have connected with, you have started out on a new note. Whatever old was existing between you is over. It has transformed, it has changed. You probably met them, and now you both have, like, over a period of time, we all do mature a little. We become a little more understanding, more forgiving, more compassionate, a little open to, seeing things in a different light. That kind of a change seems to have happened with you, Leo, with regard to this particular relationship, and thereby, whatever, it's like you've let bygones be bygones. You've allowed a certain chapter, just to close, so that you can start a new chapter with this person. For those where it is a known person from the past, and for those of you where you've met somebody, this is a brand new relationship after you have closed a certain existing relationship. You've moved away from that, and now you have been, absolutely, you've closed it in a nice way. I think there are no cords remaining with the previous relationship, right? And so this is a completely new relationship and new beginning for you. So this Two of Cups works both ways. For those of you where you have met somebody from the past, and for those of you you've met somebody new only after having closed this Two of Cups and ended that relationship on a fairly positive note. Let's look at the Eight of Cups, which is your present. So you've got Eight of Pentacles, another Eight, which is a card of working, and you have the Page of Wands, and you have the King of Cups. So currently, you've moved away from a situation where, this previous relationship probably felt like hard work. You've turned your back on this hard work. You have turned your back on something which felt like hard work, which felt like toiling, which felt that, you have to put in effort. So that previous relationship was something where you felt that, you felt it was work, right? And for those of you where you probably have been contacted with somebody from the past, whatever chapter has got over, that was a chapter where you really had to put in a lot of effort for your relationship. You probably realized that a relationship is not about putting effort, and that's when you probably disconnected with them. And now when you've met again, now this relationship does not look like effort, not something you have to work towards or work towards maintaining. You get that energy, right, of Eight of Pentacles, where it is you feel that you're doing things in a relationship. It's not about feeling that you're doing, it's about feeling the feelings of interconnectedness, which is important. And now with the Page of Wands, you have it's a card of, also a card of new beginnings, where you have a new approach to something. I would take it in that context for your particular reading. And I think you feel that now that you're on a new relationship, or whatever, a new chapter in an existing relationship, you feel that I would like to be a little more in control of my emotions. I'm not going to display my emotions the way I used to. You're not coming across very free flowing with your feelings the way you did in the past. So I think this is the new road you have decided to take, that you're not going to be following your old way of being in a relationship, where probably being a fire sign, quite passionate and quite exhibiting your emotions, or at every given opportunity. But now you feel that you do not want to be so expressive with your emotions, Leo. You'd like to be a little more restraintful, and you would like to communicate and connect and have your feelings, but not portray them the way you used to. Not so that is what has ended for all of you, that the way you handled a relationship, the way you conducted yourself in a relationship, from now onwards you have decided that you will hold back a little, and not go all out the way probably you did, because I think in the past you did, otherwise you would not have got the King of Cups in your present, right? So now you conduct yourself probably in a more toned down manner. Some of you could be a little more measured when you connect with this person. Not to say you do connect, you do communicate, you do convey how you feel, but in a measured way, not the way you did earlier. Let's see what this Emperor is about. Ace of Pentacles. So Pentacles is all about doing things. So yes, I think you want to handle this new relationship in a more practical manner. Tower and the Knight of Cups. So what is coming up for you is this: a new approach to this relationship, something which is more practical. I think previously, Leo, you were too emotionally centered with your relationships. Now you want to be a little more practical about your relationships. You know that the emotions are there, the feelings are there, but now it is being more practical about sustaining a relationship, right? And I think that is with the Tower card again, it can be different for everybody, but I feel that this is the kind of see, the Tower is breaking down of something. So whatever was existing earlier, that is not the way you are proceeding with this relationship. For some of you, because you have this Eight of Cups and whatever I have described previously, so you feel that from now onwards, in the future, whatever is coming up after a couple of days, some of you will realize that this is a better way to deal with the relationship, to be a lot more practical, and to not constantly be swimming in emotions, but also take cognizance of the practical aspects of a relationship. For some of you, where you have been a little withdrawn, where you have not been expressing your emotions clearly, that is the realization you will get, that I need to express myself a little more. So as we go through a tarot spread, different cards connect with existing meanings, but the core energy remains the same. So this realization, for all of you are going to have a realization depending on your situation. So those of you where it was too emotions, too much at the emotional level happening, now you've realized that one needs to be a little more practical about a relationship. Those of you where you were in this where you've experienced a connection with somebody in the past, you probably do feel that you need to express yourself a little more, because currently you are not sharing everything. And for those of you where you shared a lot, you feel that you must take it slowly and gradually. So there are these varied energies which are coming in your reading for three different kinds of situations where you have been too emotional and less practical, where you have been wanting to be a little more you have been feeling a little restrained, but in future you realize that you need to express yourself a little more. And for some of you where there has been a reconnection for you, there you're taking a whole new approach to your relationship now onwards, like that's a new chapter for you. So see what is working for you, whether you come into the category where you feel that you need to express a little more, whether you come into the category where you realize that you need to be a more practical about a relationship rather than swimming deeply in emotions alone. And for those of you where you feel that you need to work on or you need to see how you express, how much you express, because that is the King of Cups, right? So probably some of you are analyzing in connection with your past relationship, that what was it that it didn't work out. Was I too emotional? Was I always wearing my heart on my sleeve, where I was constantly swimming in emotions and a little less practical about things? So all that analysis for all of you is coming up, and that is why you've got this Tower card. Realization is coming in regarding old relationship vis-a-vis this current one, and you're trying to balance it out. We've got the Justice card and we've got the Death card, which tells us that a big change is coming about about for you in terms of handling relationships and connecting. You're comparing the two. That is why the Justice card tells us that you're trying to bring about a new balance for yourself, and seeing from past experiences what was working, what was not working, so that you can bring down things which were not working, and move ahead slowly and a little more cautiously. For most of you here, you are looking at a new approach to relationships in general, your romantic relationships. For some of you need not be romantic, but in general, how to balance your emotional connect with people, emotional versus being practical, not always being emotional but not doing anything, or doing too much in relationships but not absorbing the feelings, not allowing the feelings to flow, putting a lid on your feelings, not expressing them too much, not feeling them also too much, where you felt that it seemed like work. So that is the balance all Leos are experiencing as you're watching this reading, right? A big relook so that you can change whatever is not working. This is also the Death is also about change. The Tower is about bringing down and things which are not going to stand the test of time, right? And with relationships and connections, we would want them to be with us for a long time, right? So here this is quite an opportunity for you to relook at things, examine things, and see what works and what doesn't work. What guidance can we get for Leo? Alright, we've got these two cards. This is the Letter. It is about communication. It could be communicating with yourself. It's about a new, now that you figure it out, or you are in the process of figuring out, you would be wanting to share your thoughts, feelings, and whatever else you would want to communicate with the person concerned through a letter, right? A letter is also about messages, information coming your way. So do keep your eye open regarding this and how it is fitting in your situation. Do you feel like really communicating? Sometimes we don't want to verbalize everything. Sometimes we would like to write down things, because then the flow of emotions happens. So maybe some of you are looking at writing down something, whether regarding the relationship and for yourself, or you want to communicate with your loved one through a letter. It can be quite romantic. And what's your second card? Clouds. So yes, as you figured this out, this kind of confusion, clouds do represent confusion, and is getting sorted out while you are seeing how this relationship works. And for some of you, writing things down could also clear up a lot of confusion, because I do not know how it works, but it does work, because when we write down everything, we are reading everything what we have been thinking about, and it's a little difficult to keep track of all our thoughts in the head, but it's easier to go over every thought once it has been put down on paper. So maybe you would like to write a letter to yourself, some of you, in order to clear up any confusion. And if you've not tried it, do try it. It works beautifully. A merry motive. Yes, this time your motive in the relationship is, it's like coming from the right place, and you also have the right, you're getting a new good balance for yourself, Leo, regarding this. And I think you feel, this relationship is coming for you and in you, from the right place. It is a relationship where the core is all about happiness, about connection, and about equal give and take, flow of emotions, being practical. So everything is quite perfect with this new relationship and the understanding that you're getting with this, right? So it's a merry motive. It's a merry, let's say, the base of your relationship is pure happiness, joy, and fun. Fun as in good fun. It's like, it's not serious, heavy. It's light-hearted, and yet it has everything, in the right way. All emotions. The whole baseline is of happiness and joy. Let me get a card of an outcome for you. What is a likely outcome for Leo? We have 5 of swords. So don't get too much into your head about this. Don't think too much about it. Don't look at this relationship or the past relationship in terms of what worked out, what did not work out. Whatever did not work out, try and just get an analysis for yourself, so that you start the new relationship in a clearer perspective. But don't keep blaming yourself for what went wrong. Don't blame anybody for what went wrong. Don't hold yourself responsible for what went wrong. Don't get into this blame game with yourself or with another person. That is to be avoided when you are going through this, because you are analyzing things, right? You want to balance things need to be changed, and they only happen when we start looking at the past. So you are looking at the past, but try and avoid this completely. Don't hold anybody or yourself responsible for what happened. Everything is meant to play out in a particular manner, so that we learn and grow. As long as we have learned and grown, and we realize that we all able to not able to, we are all capable of making mistakes and going wrong, but that is the path to learn. That is the way we all human beings learn. So that way, be generous to yourself, be generous to the other person as well, right? Because just look at it that probably it was meant to teach you rather than meant to stay with you, right? So that is one thing you need to avoid at all costs, Leo. Just save yourself the bother of this blame game, right? And just say that you take what you require and then proceed with this new relationship, or this second innings in this previous relationship is definitely on a very, very good and happy footing now. So avoid getting into this. Yeah, just bear that in mind. And with that, I'll wrap up your reading. Thank you, Leo, for watching.